Hi, I'm Owen.
And I'm Lynn.
And this is Van Trekking Lifestyle. Our pup Maggie's back here. We're back in the van.
I know, we're so excited. It's just such a freeing feeling to be back on the road again.
This week while we travel to the Great Smoky Mountains, we're going to try to share with you the essence of why we love to travel, all while taking in the beauty of this national park that's only a few hours from our home. There's hiking, cooking, and unexpected rain, which is all part of camping, isn't it? And at the end, in our look at nature, we'll share with you a few clips of why we chose to come here in the first place in the spring, the elk. But for now...
Blue sign? You want to stop?
Like your fan's getting you really good. Look at that.
Yeah.
Boy.
Look at this.
Isn't it funny? We travel up north and they call them travel centers, but here in the south, we refer to them as rest areas.
Rest areas or rest stops.
Yeah. So that brings us to the first reason we love to travel, which is...
we feel like we get to rest more while we're on the road. And I'm not really sure why. It's just because, maybe it's because we don't have all those chores that we need to do at home and always feeling like there's something to do all the time.
Yeah, so when we leave, there's this, we pull out and it doesn't take long before we both kind of look at each other and there's just...
yeah, take a deep breath because, you know, you're working hard to get everything ready for the trip and packing and planning and all that. So there is a kind of a sigh of relief when you actually get in the van and get started.
Might be opposite for some people when you travel, you know. Yeah. Traveling may be the most stressful thing that you do, but for us...
it's a different way of traveling, too.
Yeah. One hour later. That's one of your favorite stores, isn't it?
It is. I think it was an hour and a half, maybe hour and 20 minutes.
Really? That's all right.
Giving myself.
Well, I got one pair of shoes. I need to show you my shoes, though. Lynn said she's not going to let me wear them out. Are they ugly? They're not ugly. Here, hold the box, man. I'll show you back. They're going to see them anyway. Look at those shoes right there. Yeah, that might be ugly. If ugly is what you're going for. I love my shoes. They feel good. I don't really like the way they look. I don't really care about stuff like that anymore. And this is our typical day of traveling. You know, we're just taking our time. Looks like we get to our campsite, but since it's kind of rainy, we don't care about that. Lynn saw a barbecue truck here. We're going to go do that now. Few more reasons we love to travel.
Being able to go shopping at different places, and you know, I'm a woman. I like to shop. A lot of women don't, but I do like to shop at different places, and I love shoes. I don't have a lot, but
she didn't have like 3 closet fulls or anything, but she does like to get a few pairs of shoes, and every now and then I'll find something I like. Another reason we love to travel is just what we did there. Finding unique places to just stop and eat, even if it's just a food truck like that.
Yeah, and we wanted something quick. You know, we don't really like fast food, so that was perfect.
It was perfect. We have another hour and 15 minutes to get to our destination today.
We don't have to cook dinner.
Yeah. Hey, look at this. Got my new shoes. I can ride in.
You found some Merrells. Why didn't you get the Merrells?
I don't know. I love these.
Well, you can get 2.
At the light, use the left 2 lanes to merge onto I-26 West.
This time, set to
Milk line.
Surely a beautiful drive through the... So one of the reasons we really wanted to come here to Smokemont was to get pictures and to get up close and see the elk that live on this mountain range. And we've only been here for about 2 minutes. We've already seen one herd over here beside of the river, and now there's one cow or female that's up here by the road that Lynn's getting some pictures of now. How cool is that?
Oh, let me see.
Pretty neat. Oh, wow.
Video.
Wow, she's beautiful.
Smokemont Campground.
I got you a map. He asked if I wanted one, and I said no, and I thought, wait a minute, she's going to send me back in to get one. So I got a map.
Good.
And we're on B28. Let's go there now.
No signal whatsoever. 28.
B28.
B28.
B28. Bingo.
I think Maggie's already asking to go.
She is.
Yeah.
That's her favorite thing. So springtime hasn't really gotten here yet in the mountains of North Carolina and Tennessee. And so this is pretty much a shoulder season. In fact, a lot of this campground, many of the loops are closed right now. They're not even open. What that means is there are a lot of places like this where you can go and experience, well, pretty much having a campground to yourself. Now, the loop we're in looks like it's pretty crowded. But it's one of the reasons we love to travel, because when you can choose when you can go, it really helps to make the most of places like this. Maggie would say that one of the reasons she likes to travel, if she could talk, I have to do a lot of talking for her, would be all the places she gets to go for walks.
Another reason we love to travel is all the wildlife we get to see while we're out here, whether it's a little bitty squirrel or an elk.
I know.
That's pretty
or
cool.
A huge pileated woodpecker like we just saw.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. That guy was actually on the ground because there's just nobody around here.
I know. That doesn't usually happen. Usually they're up in the trees.
Yeah.
But we've kind of been following him on this walk. So
Yeah.
he keeps flying in front of us and we keep catching up with him. But yeah, we've seen turkeys on the road today.
Yeah. Lynn said we need to try to see a fish in the stream.
Yeah.
And that would be 5 things we've seen wildlife related today. Don't think we're going to do that. We did just see a crow, but I don't think a crow counts, does it?
I don't think so.
Everything else does, though. This is the thing, you get out here and it's so peaceful and so quiet, and you get to see things that you just can't see. Even if you live in a pretty good place that has really has a lot of wildlife, you see more when you're out here like this.
Yeah, you look for it more too.
I guess that's true.
Look over here and look at the water.
Lynn would say, like our friend Sharon Rudolph, wildflowers are probably a reason she likes to travel too.
I do like wildflowers.
Let's see if we can see a fish out there.
You're the eagle eye. You should be looking.
Yeah. But no. One of the things we don't love about traveling. Rainy nights and rainy days when there's no connectivity. We literally laid in bed last night from about 7 o'clock until we fell asleep about 9, listening to our Audible book. Neither one of us can remember what chapter we last heard before we fell asleep. I think we both fell asleep at different times, but I think the plan for this morning is different than we thought it was going to be. Turn the seat around and take the curtains down and head into Cherokee, find a little connectivity and see how long this rain is going to last, because when we chose to come up here, there was not any rain in the forecast for today until about 2:30 or 3 this afternoon. Guess things change.
So there's an outer, is there an outer one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crowded. I think you can get the...
Supposed to tell me, first of all, tell me how close I can come to this big rock up front. A lot of times she does that and she never moves her fingers. That's what it looks like out of the back mirror. What do you think?
Kind of on the bank right here, but
Yeah, that's okay.
we're underneath the rock. But we don't have much back there, but I don't think anybody will hit us.
Okay. A subscriber last time told us about a place called Peter's. Great breakfasts. So we plan to ride our bikes up here, but as you can see with rain, we're not going to do that. So we'll just go put our name in. Probably have to wait for a while. How long do we have to sit in the rain?
We're not sitting in the rain. We're
Just our feet.
just
30 minutes wait.
There's 2 rocking chairs over there. You need to get those. 30 minutes, what they said. But
Yeah, you want to do the rocking chairs? Let's see if we can drive. We can wait for a long time now, can't we?
We're glad y'all moved when you did.
You know what you want?
Small glass of water.
Gotcha. Do y'all want plain pancakes? I forgot to ask. Well, you can do blueberry, pecan, chocolate chip, or just plain.
I'll just do plain.
Plain,
Plain,
as well.
gotcha. I'll be right back with you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Here's Maggie's breakfast.
What do you think? You like eggs?
Eggs and bacon, and then right here is pancakes.
It's dessert.
We do. You like your pancakes okay?
Continue on Cheryl
That
Cove
one
Road for
says
1.5
Mingo
miles.
Falls.
Yeah, I know. Look at that. No access to Mingo Falls. Your GPS is wrong. That is the coolest thing I've ever seen. Your GPS is wrong. No access to Mingo Falls.
Okay.
That is so cool. Wonder how many people have gotten lost because of that.
I'm sure a lot since they put up that big
Many.
sign.
Thank you for that sign. I'm glad we got that on film. So Mingo Falls. Okay, so I'm going to take this on. If you haven't figured it out yet, Lynn and I are going to Mingo Falls. All the rain we've been getting, the locals here say that this is a perfect time to visit this because
Head northeast on Big Cove Road.
there should be a lot of
towards
water
Stony
coming
Campground.
down.
Continue on Big Cove Road for 1.5 miles.
Okay. Mingo Falls next right. There it is. Huh. I can't go that fast. I know, come on, let's go. Good girl. Oh, wow. What do you think? Beautiful. Who would have thought? This is a huge waterfall. You can hear it from a long ways off, but then when you get here, it's just spectacular to see in person. Maggie's always looking for a boondocking spot. So if you come here, and we recommend that you do, this is an awesome hike, but if you come here, just know if it's been raining, it's going to be slick, so just be careful. Wait a minute, look at Maggie. Pretty slick, buddy. Come back this way. It's even slick if you have 4-mile drive. You can get water in the van. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. You can get water in the van. Tonight outside on the cooktop, we're going to do 1-pot Mexican beef and rice in the skillet. Let's get started. First thing is I need to light this thing up and heat it up. Then we're going to cook some onions. Next we're going to add hamburger. Now we're just cooking down the hamburger. We're going to let that get good and brown. Not completely done though, because we're going to add some more ingredients and let it cook even longer. But I do want to get rid of most of the pink here. And we're just mixing the onions and this hamburger to make a good little base for this recipe. By the way, the recipe will be down below in the description if you guys want to make it when you're camping.
Just slicing up some cilantro for garnish. Put everything open for you, everything, all the spices like wrapped up for you.
You're the best wind chef. So now,
helping out.
Okay, the beef is just about done. The next thing we do is we're going to add in the rice. We'll let that sit over here for about 2 minutes while it cooks, and then we'll add the rest of the ingredients. So now we're just moving this around a little bit so it can get a little bit toasted. Getting mixed in with the hamburger already. In a minute, that's not going to matter. Next up, fire roasted tomatoes. And then black beans. Fresh cut corn, Del Monte. Next we have green chilies. Okay, so now we're just going to mix everything together. I'm pretty sure I'm from the South. Pretty sure I'm getting ready to say I'm fixing to make a mess. I'm getting ready to make a mess. I'm just telling you. incorporate all this. Boy, this is going to be good. The smell, gosh. Next, we have a tablespoon of cumin and a tablespoon of chili powder. And if you don't like it spicy, you may want to cut back on that a little bit. I'm going to put a little salt in. Okay, so now let's just get all this incorporated in together. It's starting to smell like a Mexican meal. Man, oh man. Okay, so the recipe calls for 2 cups of chicken broth. I'm going to add about half of a cup right now. Since everything else was pretty liquidy, I know this is going to add some flavor, but we'll add about half of this and set that aside so if we need it, we'll have it. And now let's stir everything up again. This is the point where you realize you wish you had a bigger skillet. Now, we'll put the lid on. It's going to sit here and simmer. I'm going to turn it down just a little. It's going to sit here and simmer now for 20 minutes. Okay, it's been 10 minutes. Hey, that's perfect timing there, the 20 minutes. We did put a little bit more of the chicken broth in there, and now we're going to drop a little bit of cheese in there. We're using Colby Jack and Monterey Jack cheese on top of this Mexican meal. Let it melt the cheese. We'll be ready to eat. I have turned the heat off. Let's take the lid off and take a look. Look at that. Man, man, man. Okay, so let's see if I can dip a little of this out. Yum. All right. Look how pretty that is, man. All right, let's see how it is with the sour cream.
Good.
Mm-hmm. If you've ever camped, then you already know this, but another thing we love about traveling and camping in an RV, the camaraderie of meeting people who are just like you. Last night you saw us cook the Mexican skillet meal, and we had enough to feed an army. And these guys got in last night with a broken window really late at night, and they hadn't eaten. We had a lot left over. So we heated it up and took it to them, and it started a conversation, and that's how friendships start. This morning, they're trying to fix the reason that they were late getting in, which is their window was stuck going down last night. It's an older van. He's had it for a long time. It's awesome, but you know what? He kind of stuck. So he said, you have anything plastic that's clear that we can use? So Lynn is donating some baggies, and they're building out of clear tape, a plastic window to put in there. The good thing is we're always all trying to solve something. If you have an issue when you're out at a campground like this, all you got to do is say, well, does anybody know how to, and there'll be 5 or 6 old men around just like that because they want to help. There's a camaraderie that you feel, and we love that. Looks like a really good job. The window that Glad built. That's awesome. Well, you'll be able to see.
The camper life, you know?
Yeah, I know, it is, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
At home, you go, I got to get that fixed. And out here, you're just doing it, just
Yeah, it's like,
screw it. I'm going to live with it until we get home.
Yeah, I don't need to spend about 6 hours trying to.
I know.
Stay special tooling and all that.
I know. Hey, we'll see you at Elkmont, okay?
Yeah.
Safe travels.
Yeah.
I don't even know. There's 2 right there. This one goes all the way across. Is she okay? Is it cool, Maggie? I guess finally, one of the things, it has to be one of the best things about traveling in an RV like this. Where else can you walk across trees that have been sown like this over rivers and streams and just sit here and have your morning walk like this? It's the best thing, isn't it?
Especially for Maggie.
It's awesome. So we've had a wonderful time here at Smokemont, even though, I don't know, the weather hasn't been perfect, has it?
There's
It looks like it today.
Yeah, it is perfect today. There's a lot of things that we wanted to do, we weren't able to do, but you know, there's always next time.
What was your favorite thing about Smokemont?
I guess all the water here. I mean, and being able to sit at your campsite and hear rushing water all the time.
Yeah.
This trail is like right outside the campground on the D side, and it's a loop, and I think it's like 0.3 miles or something, very short, but it takes you through nature. It takes you over the stream and like these big old logs that, you know, that's a huge tree if you think about it, that goes all the way across this river. So I guess that's my favorite thing. And you know, there's no hookups here. You're out in the woods. You're probably not going to get any kind of cell phone signal or Starlink signal because you are in the woods, but you know, sometimes you kind of need that.
Yeah, it helps, doesn't it? My favorite thing, I said it last night, the elk that we saw.
Oh yeah.
Being able to come to the mountains of North Carolina and see elk that have been reintroduced in this Cherokee area, yeah, that's a special thing for both of us.
It is.
So we hope you've enjoyed this little look at Smokemont Campground and why we love to travel.
See you next time.